rats right here. So if they were to get out, they would just die.
Hey guys, Shadow the Rat, and for today's video, I wanted to talk about an event that these four girls went to this past Saturday. And I know I'm saying these four girls, and Butter is not on screen. I guess Toast just ran off screen too. Let's get Miss Butter on screen real quick. Okay, here's Miss Butter. Butter, what are you eating? Oh, she's eating a Cheeto. They're sweet little Butter. Okay, so these four girls went to a fall sort of fest. It's actually a fundraiser for adult literacy, and it's a sort of festival they have each year. And one of the things that happens at this festival is that there is a kind of creepy, crawly animal section. Basically, they are all animals that are kind of seen in a negative light by people, and that, of course, includes rats, unfortunately. So each year, for the last 3 years, I've been taking some of my rats to these things, including my girl Olive in particular. And that's because Olive's breeder, her name is Cynthia. She is a professor that works for a local college, and she takes part in these fundraisers, which are actually organized by the college. So she kind of runs the animal section, and most of the animals are actually hers, and she has like people volunteering to help out. But in my case, when I got some rats from her, she asked me if I'd be interested in taking them to one of these events. Because typically she brings her own rats, but she figured that would be kind of nice to have, someone else bring rats, so she can focus on the other animals that she's bringing, especially because these rats were actually specifically bred for these events. That is to say that when she got Olive and Donut's parents, she got them from another breeder, which was several hours away, but she specifically got them because she needed some confident rats for this program. And she also socialized these girls with a lot of things when they were babies, specifically because she wanted to have them come to these events. So I have gone to 3 of these now with my rats, and Olive has been to all of these, and she's also been to a bunch of other events in this area. And basically, I take the rats in their little carrier cage, it's all metal, and then I also bring their harnesses so that when I take them out and let people interact with them, the rats will be unharnessed, which helps to kind of add some extra safety. It prevents them from running off if they get spooked, and it also prevents people from walking off with them, which isn't really an issue with adults, but kids tend to get a little overexcited, and they can sometimes try and walk off with them. So having the harness kind of helps to prevent that. And the rats in general do really well at these events. I only take my confident rats that are not going to, nip someone by accident. And I bring some yogurt for people to feed off their fingers to the rats. First, I will show them how, you can feed them yogurt without them biting you. And then people like to do it themselves too, which is always really fun. And I think they really enjoy doing that. And it's a really good way to kind of show that the rats are super gentle and sweet. And yeah, it's just a really fun thing to do. The rats do sometimes get a little bit tired at the end, just because if you're out for several hours, you're going to get tired. But they do really well in general, and they really enjoy getting treats from everyone. And this year was pretty special because I actually brought my girls Butter and Toast with me. And that's because, unfortunately, Olive's sister Donut is just so frail at this point that it just wasn't really feasible to bring her with me. I mean, she's still doing pretty well, but she just doesn't really have the same sort of physical energy. I just didn't feel like it was fair to take her. So I took Olive because she's doing pretty well. She does have some hind leg issues, but she's pretty healthy otherwise. And I took Blueberry because she's done a few of these events and she's just a chill rat. This is Blueberry. But then I wanted to take another rat or two. And unfortunately, I couldn't take my other younger girls because, unfortunately, Olive does not get along with them. So that kind of left me with 2 options, Miss Butter and Miss Toast, which are my 2 dwarf girls. And that's the main reason I was afraid to take them, because as dwarfs, they're pretty tiny. And Toast has also, in the past, been a little bit skittish, especially around strangers. However, both girls are now around 1.5 years. And they are a lot larger than they used to be. I mean, they've doubled in size, which isn't much compared to the other rats. She's still tiny, but they are bigger than they used to be. And they're also a lot calmer. And Toast in particular is now a lot more chill and calm, and she's just really good with handling. So, that's not really a big issue anymore. And so I thought she'd do well at this event, and so I took her and Butter along with these 2 girls. And basically I had the 2 standards out the whole time, and I rotated which dwarf was out. And it actually took me about until halfway through the event before I felt comfortable taking out the dwarfs. But I realized everything was going really well, so I ended up taking them out, and they did really well. So I do think that they're going to come with me to future events. And this is probably Olive's last one, just because she is so old. But, you know, in general, it was a fun experience, and I think the rats did pretty well. Like I said, it is pretty tiring for them, but it was pretty enjoyable. They all took lots of treats, and they definitely enjoyed that part. And I really limit the amount of handling and stuff like that that goes on there. Like, sometimes they'll get pictures with people, but typically I'm just having people, you know, pet them and give them food, so it's not too overwhelming. But yeah, it was a really fun event, and the rats did really well, and I just kind of wanted to share it again with you guys because I've now done quite a few of these events, including, like I said, 3 of these, and I plan to continue doing these events with the rats because they actually do quite well at them. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. I will see you guys later, and I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye!